Do you truly understand the value of wisdom? Do you realize that the wisdom you seek, the wisdom you long for, the wisdom you need is not found in the fleeting things of this world? It's not found in your bank account, your job title, or your social standing. No, my friend, the wisdom that will change your life is much greater than that. It is the wisdom of God, the kind of wisdom that transcends time, circumstance, and worldly wisdom. Listen to me carefully, for this is crucial. Just as a wise builder carefully selects the materials to construct a strong and lasting house, so too must you carefully choose the wisdom by which you build your life. Many have sought wisdom in the ways of man, in their own understanding, and in the fleeting pleasures of this world, but I tell you, these things are like building a house on sand. They might look beautiful for a time, but when the storms come, and they will come, that house will collapse. As it's written, the wise man built his house upon the rock. Matthew 7 verse 24. And this rock is my wisdom, the wisdom that comes from above. Now, understand this. God's wisdom is not just knowledge. It's the art of living in harmony with the truth. It's the ability to see the world as it truly is and to make choices based on eternal values, not temporary ones. This wisdom, my dear friend, is more precious than the finest gold, more valuable than any treasure you could ever imagine. As it is said, wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things one may desire cannot be compared with her. Proverbs 8 verse 11. Think about that for a moment. All the things you crave, all the things you chase after, are nothing compared to the treasure of wisdom. Why do people chase after wealth, power, and fame? Because they believe these things will fulfill them. But they don't. Oh, they might give you a momentary thrill, a fleeting sense of importance, but they will leave you empty in the end. They will leave you wanting more, just like a thirsty man who drinks from a cup that is always empty. This is why many in the world are lost, because they've placed their trust in things that fade away, things that do not last. But wisdom, true wisdom, God's wisdom, is eternal. Do you know the story of Solomon? He was a king, the richest man of his time, and the wisest man to ever walk the earth. When Solomon became king, he could have asked for anything: wealth, power, victory over his enemies. But instead he asked for wisdom. And because he asked for wisdom, God granted him not only wisdom but also wealth and honor beyond measure. 1 Kings 3 verses 10 to 13. But Solomon's wisdom didn't just come from his intellect. It came from his ability to discern the will of God. And this, my friend, is the key. True wisdom is not something you manufacture on your own. It comes from God, and it flows from a deep, intimate relationship with Him. Now, consider this. If you were given a treasure chest full of diamonds, would you not treat it with the utmost care? Would you not protect it with all your might? You would guard it with your life, wouldn't you? And yet, many of you take the wisdom of God for granted. You allow distractions to pull you away from it. You let your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities cloud your judgment. But remember, God's wisdom is your treasure, and if you guard it, it will lead you to success, peace, and fulfillment in every area of your life. Imagine for a moment that you are a ship navigating through a stormy sea. The winds are howling, the waves are crashing, and you cannot see the shore. What do you need to guide you safely through the storm? You need a compass, don't you? You need a guiding light to show you the way. This is what God's wisdom is for your life. It is your compass, your light in the darkness. Without it, you are like a ship lost at sea, tossed around by every wind of circumstance. But with it, you can navigate through any storm, knowing that the way ahead is clear. So how do you obtain this wisdom? First, you must humble yourself. Wisdom begins with humility. It begins with recognizing that you don't know it all, that you need help. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs 9 verse 10. When you fear the Lord, when you revere Him above all else, His wisdom will begin to pour into your life. You cannot gain this wisdom through arrogance or self-reliance. You must first surrender your will to God's will. Next, you must be willing to listen. In the stillness of your heart, in the quiet moments of your day, God speaks. He speaks through His word, through the still small voice within you, through the wise counsel of others. But you must be willing to listen. You must be patient. So often we rush through life, chasing after success, chasing after the next big thing, but in doing so, we miss the quiet whisper of God's wisdom. Listen to Him and He will direct your steps. But wisdom is not just about knowledge, it is about action. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says, James 1 verse 22. Wisdom is not something you just know, it's something you live. It's the daily decisions, the daily choices you make, that reveal whether you truly possess wisdom. If you are wise, you will act on the guidance God gives you. You will choose love over hate, peace over conflict, truth over lies. Every decision you make is a reflection of the wisdom you possess. So choose wisely, my friend, because your life will follow the path of your choices. And remember, as it is written, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3 verse 6. This is a promise. If you make God's wisdom your foundation, he will guide you. He will show you the way. He will protect you from the pitfalls of life. The world will tell you to trust in your own understanding, but I tell you, trust in God's wisdom. For his ways are higher than your ways, and his thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Isaiah 55 verse 9. The world may offer you many things, but none of them can compare to the treasure of God's wisdom. So, my friend, I urge you, seek it. Seek it with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Do not be swayed by the distractions of the world. Do not be fooled by the fleeting promises of success and pleasure. The wisdom of God is the only treasure that will never fade, that will never fail, that will never disappoint. So ask yourself, are you ready to embrace God's wisdom? Are you ready to make it the most valuable treasure of your life? If you are, then prepare yourself for a life that is full, a life that is blessed, a life that is truly fulfilling. For with God's wisdom, you will find your purpose, your direction, and your peace. And in the end, when the storms have passed and you stand firm on the foundation of his wisdom, you will know, this is the treasure that lasts forever. Let's continue. As you walk the path of wisdom, my friend, know this: the journey is not always easy. The road can be narrow and steep, filled with obstacles, challenges, and moments of doubt. But every step you take toward wisdom is a step toward peace. Remember, the journey of wisdom begins not with grand gestures, but with small, everyday decisions. When you choose to act with kindness, when you decide to be patient in the face of frustration, when you resist the temptation to react out of anger, these are the moments that build your foundation in wisdom. Wisdom is like a garden that needs constant care. It does not grow overnight. It grows slowly and with careful tending. You must nourish it with prayer, feed it with the word of God, and protect it from the weeds of worldly distractions. Just as a gardener waters the soil, so too must you water your soul with the living water of God's presence. Let's talk about the power of God's wisdom in your everyday life. You might think that wisdom is only for the big decisions, but I tell you, it's just as powerful in the small moments. When you have a choice to speak, remember that wisdom listens more than it speaks. It understands the weight of words and their ability to either heal or harm. When you face conflict, wisdom teaches you to seek peace, to look beyond the surface and understand the heart of the matter. Wisdom helps you know when to speak up and when to remain silent. Think about Jesus, how he spoke to the people, how he interacted with those around him. He wasn't concerned with worldly accolades. He wasn't impressed by wealth or status. No, he spoke with a wisdom that pierced the heart, a wisdom that brought healing, freedom, and truth to those who needed it most. And this wisdom is available to you, my friend, if you choose to seek it. If you choose to trust in God's plan over your own. Now, remember this: the value of wisdom isn't just seen in the destination, but in the journey itself. The decisions you make today shape the person you will become tomorrow. Every choice, every action, every word matters. The wisdom you seek today is the legacy you will leave tomorrow. So do not waste time. Do not squander this moment. Seek wisdom, for it is the treasure that will carry you through this life and into eternity. And as you seek, know that you are never alone. My wisdom, the wisdom that comes from the Father, is available to all who ask with a humble heart and an open mind. Seek it, embrace it, and let it guide you into the fullness of life.